Deadly delivery. The buzzing of the intercom shattered the usual quiet of the Riverview apartments. It was a sunny Thursday afternoon, and most of the building's residents were either at work or enjoying the rare streak of good weather. Only a handful of people were inside when the delivery man arrived carrying a nondescript brown package. He pressed the intercom button for apartment 3B. "Package for Alex Monroe," he announced, his voice crackling through the speaker. Seconds later, the door buzzed open and he disappeared inside. In apartment 3B, Alex Monroe was halfway through reheating leftover pizza when the knock came. He opened the door to find the package sitting on the doormat, the delivery man already gone. Alex frowned. He didn't remember ordering anything, but his name and address were printed clearly on the label. Curious, he picked it up and carried it inside. Minutes later, the explosion tore through the building. Detective Grace Langley stood outside the smoldering remains of the Riverview apartments, her jaw tight as she surveyed the chaos. Firefighters were still dousing the last of the flames, and paramedics were treating survivors on the street. The blast had claimed 4 lives, including Alex Monroe, and left another 7 injured. "Any leads?" she asked her partner, Detective Marcus Hayes, as he approached. "Bomb squad says it was a package bomb, remote trigger. Whoever did this knew exactly what they were doing," Marcus said grimly. "We've got fragments of the device being analyzed, but it'll take time." Grace nodded, her mind already racing through the possibilities. "What about the delivery? Who brought it in?" "Working on it," Marcus replied. "We've pulled footage from the building security cameras. Delivery guy doesn't match anyone from the usual courier services. Looks like a fake uniform." "So it wasn't random," Grace said, more to herself than to Marcus. "Someone wanted Alex dead. The other victims were collateral damage." Over the next 48 hours, Grace and Marcus pieced together a disturbing picture of Alex's life. He was a tech entrepreneur who had recently sold his startup for millions. But success had earned him more enemies than friends. Among the suspects were a bitter ex-partner who claimed Alex had cheated him out of the deal, a jilted lover, and a rival company accusing Alex of intellectual property theft. The breakthrough came when the lab traced a component of the bomb to a hardware store on the outskirts of the city. Security footage showed a man purchasing the part just days before the explosion. He was wearing sunglasses and a ball cap, but facial recognition software identified him as Ethan Cole, the ex-partner. Ethan Cole was brought in for questioning, his demeanor calm but his eyes betraying a flicker of nervousness. "I didn't kill Alex," he said firmly. "Yeah, I was angry about the deal, but I'm not a murderer." "Then why were you buying components used to build the bomb?" Grace demanded, sliding a photo of the security footage across the table. Ethan hesitated, his facade cracking. "Okay, fine," he said finally. "I bought those parts, but not for a bomb. I'm building a drone. Check my workshop if you don't believe me." The detectives did just that. Ethan's workshop was cluttered with half-assembled drones and other tech projects, but no evidence linking him to the bombing. The case hit a dead end until Grace had a hunch. Late that night, Grace combed through the footage from the building's security cameras again. Something about the delivery man nagged at her. His posture, his gait. It was too familiar. Then it clicked. She pulled up personnel files and froze. The delivery man was Marcus Hayes. Her blood ran cold. Marcus had been her partner for 5 years. He'd been by her side every step of the investigation. But now pieces of the puzzle began to fall into place. Marcus had been unusually quick to suggest suspects, steering the investigation away from certain leads. And he had access to everything: the evidence, the footage, even the bomb components. Confronting him wasn't an option, not yet. Grace needed proof. She spent the next day gathering evidence in secret, her heart pounding every time Marcus appeared. By the time she found the incriminating files on his home computer, she had everything she needed. When Marcus walked into the precinct that evening, Grace was waiting. Uniformed officers flanked her, their hands on their weapons. "Marcus Hayes, you're under arrest for the murder of Alex and 3 others. Marcus's face twisted in rage, then resignation. "You don't understand," he said as they cuffed him. "Alex had to pay. He destroyed my brother's life with his lies. This was justice." As he was led away, Grace felt a hollow ache in her chest. She'd solved the case, but at the cost of losing someone she'd once trusted with her life. Justice had been served, but the scars it left behind would linger for a long time.